everybody. Welcome back to signalsaz.com. Today I have Elaine O'Connor. You are the brains behind PV Bark. That's that big building right there on Highway 69. I've seen it for a while now, and you are finally open.
We are open.
Tell me what you guys are doing over there.
Well, first of all, if you can't see us, then you're doing something wrong. We put enough sign on the front of that thing. So we are a dog boarding, daycare, and grooming facility. So we will take care of your overnight stay needs for your pet, your during the day daycare, as well as getting your hair and your nails did.
Okay, so I've obviously heard of, we're going out of town, we're going to take the dog, having anybody to watch him or whatever.
Exactly.
What is daycare? What is
Daycare
that?
is when you just can't be there during the day to let your dog out, take care of their needs. You drop them to us and we'll do that for you. So we are open from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. 7 days a week. So you drop off, pick up at your leisure. And if they need lunch, drop off their lunch with them too. We'll take care of that. And we put them into our daycare program. It's essentially structured along the lines of a Montessori school style thing where we've got a schedule of activities.
Okay.
And dogs being dogs, think of them like very hyper toddlers. That's really what your dog is.
Easy.
Cats are like teenagers. Dogs are like toddlers on all of the sugar
all the
soda,
time.
all the time. So what we start off with is physical activities and just get them moving, get them active, so that by lunchtime, their brains are back in between their ears and they're able to actually focus and pay attention and work on more mental toys. If there's specific obedience things, like basic obedience things that the owner wants us to work on, we can work on that with the dog then because they're able to focus and pay attention. And then the staff's favorite part is as we go into the afternoon, when they're getting more tired, we focus on their emotional needs then. And that's all the snuggles and belly rubs and
because you've worn them out, right? They get to play with
basically.
Their friends. And so this is interesting. So I would assume it's people that they work all day and so they'll take their dogs rather than kennel them or complain that I came home and the dog ate the couch today.
Or the house up again. Exactly. Most people just, want to be able to trust the dog at home. But if you're gone all day, you can't get back to let them out. You can't get back to entertain them. They're bored. They need something to do. And a lot of dogs are thinkers. They need to work and use those little brains and put them to good use, productive use.
Well, and I would think, I know back like with COVID, we had, everybody got a dog and now you got to go back to work or you still get to work from home. Do you have anybody that are kind of in that situation?
We've quite a few folks in that situation that you're there on a Zoom call, you're trying to be all professional and focused and all hell breaks loose behind you. And you're just trying to keep a straight face and stay in it. And the UPS guys going by and they're just tearing the living room up.
They're grabbing at your pant leg and you're trying to shake them away.
Because they want to engage and they want to play. And so make us do the work for you. We're happy to play with your puppy dogs and keep them active. So
tell me about your place. How many dogs can you accommodate?
Yeah. So we have in our boarding suites, we've got 41 suites. So based on, it's a really nice size.
Nice.
So based on the size of the dog determines how many dogs could go in a suite. So if you have two or more, if they're small enough that they can safely be together, they'll be together. But then we also have some of our suites have connecting doors to make, like in a hotel.
Okay.
You have a connecting room so that it doubles the space for them. They usually end up in a pile together, which is super cute. But sometimes, like your breath smells, I'm out of here. And they go around the corner and check out the other bed. But that's helpful for us too at dinner time. If the dogs are like mine, we need to separate them to feed. Otherwise, Chunky Monkey will eat everybody else's food and nobody gets a shot at it. So it's helpful to be able to put the divider back in for a few minutes to say, everybody get a chance at dinner. Then we can take it back out again. So we've those 41 suites. And then our daycare program is different to what people think of in the traditional doggy daycare. So the model that's been out there for 20, 30 years now is it's a bunch of dogs just hanging around together all day. Imagine you walking into a giant function room in a hotel with a whole bunch of people you don't know. And you're just expected to have the best time of your life.
Go play with them.
A couple of people will thrive in that, but the vast majority will think this is the worst thing that has ever happened to me. Dogs are the same.
Right.
Like many of them prefer hanging out with a couple of doggy friends, playing their favorite game instead of just being stuck in this big group of people that are just ugh, and I don't want to be with them. And so we deliberately keep our daycare numbers small, so that the staff can focus one-on-one with the dog. They actually get to know the dog.
Awesome.
And it's our job. We take it very seriously to figure out what is that dog's favorite game? What do they prefer to play? Because how awesome if they get to choose between a set of good options instead of a meh option, right? That's what really, so our mission, if you've seen it on the website or anywhere yet, pvbark.com, by the way, our mission is to enrich the lives of dogs so that they can bring happiness to their humans. And my favorite definition of enrichment is you get to choose between multiple good options. That really is what makes your day better, is you have a choice of good options and you get to pick the one that you really want to do right now.
Well, and for so many of us, our favorite time of the day is, I've got a big Australian Shepherd and, come here, Lucy. And she just wants to be in snuggle. But it takes a few minutes to get her there, know. And luckily for us, we've got, lots of property and they run all day. But, when she's in that, like she comes in, she's crazed, she wants to just run crazy. And you guys are kind of taking that. We get the best part of the day with them now.
Exactly. So give us the Fernado that they'll just tear around the house because we've got the space. So we've got, the building itself is over 11,000 square feet. So we've got over 4,500 square feet for the indoor playroom. Okay. The outdoor play area is over 5,000, right? So they can build up as much speed as they need to, get all the zoomies out, and then focus on thinking and doing and achieving so that they're actually not only just physically tired, because if you just tire them out physically and you go from, you had a dog that's chewing your shoe, right? And you just spend all day running them, all you've done is build a super athlete that's now going to chew 20 shoes. You haven't solved the underlying problem, which is
built up their stamina.
Which is not what we needed. So instead, we get their physical energy out. And think of it too, if you've ever really anxious or stressed, going to the gym or having a power walk or maybe just aggressively cleaning the kitchen, like doing something physical like that really helps your mental state. So that's what we do with the dogs in the morning, is we really focus on their physical need so that their mental state is now more settled and improved. Then we focus on their mental state, give them some snuggles because we all love that. And then when they're going home, they're not exhausted to the point that they want to drop. They're going home happy, healthy,
relaxed.
They're ready to just chill and snuggle with their families, which is why people want dogs. You've had a long day working. You want to come home to this critter that wants to curl up with you, snuggle, maybe play a little bit, but nothing too frantic.
Right.
And when you open the door, you don't need to just be pummeled with that, oh my God, you're back. I've never seen you before.
How's it been? You've been gone for days. So because I could just imagine if I threw Lucy in the car and I said, okay, we're going to daycare today. Now get out of the car and I'm leaving. That's going to be pretty traumatic for her, I would think. How do I get them used to that?
Oh, yes.
How does that work for some of these dogs?
Yeah, dogs see the world as the familiar, the known, and the unfamiliar. And the unfamiliar could be anything from, that's a bit strange, to, oh, that might be life-threatening.
Right.
So they're very wary of what they don't know. For obvious reasons. It's just instinctual. It's wired into them.
Life and death sometimes, right?
Exactly. So it's very important to build up, to widen their sense of the known and the familiar. So we have what we call victory visits, which is where we really encourage pet parents whose dog hasn't been to the facility before to just come by. Let them come in, let them smell around, maybe even take a lap through it. Meet the staff if they're up to it, having a bit of a cuddle and maybe a cookie or something, so that they build up this repertoire of good experiences, positive experiences, so that then when the time comes for them to be left there, the only change is mom and dad vanish for a minute, and that can be some dogs. It's very quick. It's on the first visit. Some dogs need to build it up. It really is individual based on the individual dog.
This sounds very much like if you were putting your child in daycare, which to so many of us, these are their children, right? So, because you would never just take your kid and go, hi, nice to meet you.
Bye.
Here's my baby. I'll see you in 8 hours. Right. Good luck. You don't know anything about them. They don't know anything about you.
And people are incredibly attached to their pets. They mean the world to them. So you've got two sides of it. You've got this sentient being that's nonverbal, right, that needs to be taken care of, but that this human loves profoundly. So they have to trust where that dog is going to be, that they're going to be taken well care of, and that everything's going to be fine.
Now, what if I'm super nervous and I trust you? I've done my research and I've been around, we've done our victory visits. but I'm still want to just make sure they're okay all day long.
Yeah.
Like, what do I do?
So any pet that's in daycare with us, they get a daily report card sent home every day with picture, video, with an update of how the day was. You're welcome to call in at any point to check in on how they're doing. And then for the pets that stay overnight with us. So during the day is one thing, but the real trust comes in when you're leaving your pet for more than one day, right? So you're going on a trip, you're going out of town, maybe you're going international and you might be out of cell service. How do you know things are going to be okay, right? You want more than proof of life. You want to know that things are going well. So when pets stay overnight, we send a daily update to that owner. Here's what your pet did today. Here's the pictures. Here's how they're doing. So that they don't necessarily feel compelled to check in, but they're also encouraged, if you want to, absolutely give us a call. Why not?
For sure. And I was looking on your website too. You guys have cameras too.
We do. So for folks that stay in our VIP suites, the moment your pet checks in, you get 24/7 access to that webcam from the PV Bark app that you can download on your phone or from the website.
Awesome. This is great. You offer grooming, which is great. So do our dogs have to be part of your daycare service or your overnights or anything?
No, not at all. But why not take advantage of both? You know, if you want to just drop off in the morning.
Spa day.
Have a whole day of being spoiled rotten, play all day, and then we'll fit in the groom and send them on their way when it's time to go home.
Perfect. I love that. Now, would you recommend, if I know a trip's coming up, it's almost spring, we're getting ready to do that. Would you recommend a few, maybe start with a couple victory visits, maybe some day visits, and then know we're going to be ready to do that big week long? Or
Yes, for sure. So make sure that the only change is that you're gone for longer, right? Because if you think about the normal thing, you've got a trip coming up, so you got to check the dog in. They've got to have their hotel stay the same way you do, and the only prep that you've done is the morning of. You load up all the dog's food, you throw them in the car, and you head out. That dog is already stressed because things have been different at home. There's a lot of activity going on. That's not normally what we do. There's a whole bunch of stuff in the car. I don't like it. I don't like
everybody's
change.
stressed because we're packing,
because we've got a flight and we've got to do that whole thing. And so the dog is already on edge. You take them to this building they've never been before, leave them with a bunch of people they don't know, say, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya, and you're gone.
And then you wonder why it didn't go well. Or the dog was upset.
They might not have enjoyed it as much as they could have, right? So we're all about, let's make that dog confident and happy and want to come see us, right? And so building up that habit for them of, this is an awesome place. I want to go here. Oh, cool. The only difference at home is mom and dad are being a bit weird this morning. Yeah, that's their thing.
It's okay because I know where I'm going.
Exactly.
I get to go see my friends.
I've been here before.
I had one question. So if I've got, and I told you I have like 4 dogs, but let's say I brought a couple of my dogs and they're going to do daycare. Do you notice that they're cliquey with each other when they come from like their buddies at home? Or do you see them as like, oh, you go over here and you hang out with these guys and I'm going to go play with these guys? How are they? I mean,
the dynamics. Yeah. So the family dog dynamics are very interesting. Dogs that live together typically play together. They have developed a certain style of cohabiting and co-playing. But if put in a group with other dogs, doesn't necessarily go as well as you would think. Because if, a non-family dog comes to engage with one of them, a sibling can tend to be like, no, stay away.
That's mine.
And jump in on that. So what we do is, if we're putting them in a group, we'll put the siblings in separate groups.
Okay.
So that they get to be their own dog. Oh, yes. Get to be their own dog away from brother, sister. And then they can be together and play as a unit themselves.
You're so smart.
No.
I just wonder, I wonder like, would Lucy and Daisy be like, okay, we're buddies, let's do this together. But I totally see Lucy.
And you can also see them like ganging up on other dogs too, because they're so used to playing with each other.
Yeah. So you've thought of everything. So if I'm interested, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, we're getting ready to hit travel season again. pvbark.com.
pvbark.com. If you're on Facebook, it's facebook.com/pvbark.
Perfect. Try to find the building. I mean, you can hardly see it.
We also have a ginormous banner. So we back up to 2nd Street.
Okay.
That runs along by like the road down to Fane Park. And we have a ginormous banner on the back too. So very easy to see from either 2nd Street or
Impossible
69.
not to be able to find you. Or just put your dog's head out the window and they'll
they'll
probably
tell
be
you
able
where
to
you're
direct
going.
you.
Exactly. And then if you want to go the tried and true phone call route, it's 928-641 BARK.
Perfect.
What's not to love?
Perfect. Well, I'm excited. I want to go by and see. I want to make sure you've got all the grooming, you have daycare, you have boarding.
You absolutely should. We highly encourage folks to come and take a tour. Like I said, we're open from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. 7 days a week. So
no
come
off-limit times that we can't come in?
No off-limit times. If we're doing cleaning, we'll just ask you not to step on the super slippery floor and, don't do anything like that. But everything is to be seen because that's how we build a trust with everybody is
100%.
We'll show you what we do, how we do it, whenever it works for you to come and see it.
You've also got interesting blogs on your website as well. What
Have
your
you
dog
checked those out yet?
Yeah, you just think your dogs are, but to know, I noticed I was looking at the picture of what your dog sees, the colors.
Yes.
You kind of designed your whole look about kind of what's best for their
color
vision.
Palette, absolutely.
So smart.
So obviously dogs are different to us. The old adage was they see the world in shades of gray. That's not quite true. So their eyes are different to ours. So they see colors differently. So they don't have as many, I think it's the rods in your eye that see the different colors. So dogs are akin to a human that's actually red-green colorblind. So they don't see like the oranges and the pinks and things like that. The colors they do truly see are blue and yellow, which is the PV Bark logo. You'll probably notice that.
Yep.
And then the other colors all kind of default to a shade of a blue or a yellow. And
That's
so
awesome.
it's funny when you think of like all the pet toys. You go into any of the pet stores,
Bright
you see
colors,
the whole range of toys. That's definitely designed for the pet parent, not necessarily for the pet.
The sad beige pet parent that just wants well, I think you guys have thought of everything. And they always say that, necessity breeds the best ideas. So
100% it does.
Yeah. So
that's why we're here. We couldn't find what we wanted for our pets. And apparently I griped about it once too often to my mother-in-law because one day she just sat back and said, "Why don't you do that?"
Yeah.
And of course I went,
about it.
"No,
That's
how could we
crazy.
do that? Don't be silly."
No.
But Betsy planted the seed. It just stayed in there and here
I'm
we
just
are.
going to complain for 10 more years. That
Right?
There's nothing like this.
Right?
But no, you built it. And what a great place. And we've got to get some pictures. I'm excited to go and see it myself. And just thank you so much for bringing this to our community and such a great spot that you're in. Again, pvbark.com. Go check them out.
Come by and see us. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.